Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another craft day. And I'm not going to say if it's Tuesday or Friday because it's never Tuesday or Friday when other people are watching this, but it's one of those days. Anyway, today I'm going to be working on kind of a special project. It's a Cricut project, and it is a project that takes and did take 2 or 3 days in order to complete. I'm going to be making one of those tall porch signs. Now, this is a project that really is, this particular one is made for either the Cricut Air 3 or the Cricut Maker 3. And you know, I just recently got a Cricut Maker 3. And the reason it's made for that is because it's 4 feet long, and both of those machines can create vinyl that is that long. Otherwise, you have to use a mat, and the maximum you can use is 24 inches. Now, this tutorial that I followed came from Jennifer Maker, and I will put her link to her YouTube channel down in the description. She is a kind of a Cricut guru, and she does all kinds of projects, and she has all kinds of items and things that you can purchase to help beginners use the Cricut, to help do a lot of the different specialty things that the Cricuts can do. And one of those was to make this porch sign. Now, if you do have a Cricut machine, either a Maker or an Air, but you don't have the new ones, you still can make this. And she will share, and she does share, a tutorial on how to do it on those kind of machines, using marks to line up the letters down the sign, down the board. So anyway, I'm going to start by taking you to Cricut Design Space and just showing you how I followed her directions to put together the sign that I'm making for the porch. And then we'll get back and show you how it's done. So I'll be back in just a minute, and I'll meet you in Cricut Design Space. See you in a bit. Okay, here we are in Design Space. And I am doing a voiceover on this part because my computer doesn't have an internal mic. I'm looking for the signs, and it's under Upload, and there it is right there. These are the signs that came from Jennifer Maker. And so I'm going to upload them onto my screen. And there are four of them here, actually 5. And we'll see what we're going to do with them. It takes a couple of minutes to get up there because it's a big file, but they will come in. Here they are. Now I'm going to just decrease this a little bit so you can get to see them. And you can see it has 4 different signs and a growth chart. Now I'm going to be doing the welcome sign, so I need to hide the other ones. So if you go over to the right hand side of the screen, you'll see the first sign, and I'm going to click on the eye, and it will hide it. And then I'm going to click on that one, which I didn't want to click on, but I'll go back. All right, I want that one, so we're going down to the next one that says Home Sweet Home, and click on that one. I'm going to click on the Oh Hello, and I'm going to click on the growth chart. So now the only one I have left is the welcome, and it says Welcome to the Makers, Jennifer's family name. But I need it to say Shepherds. So I'm ungrouping that. And then I can move the home sign off of the word Makers. But first of all, it shows me I need my paper to be at least 46 inches long, and it needs to be, it is on this sign, you know, this sign is 6 point something wide. Okay, So now I'm going to go down and I'm going to take the sign away from the word makers. And we'll get rid of makers because that's not the name. And that is 7.3 if you look at that. So when I put my name in, I want to make sure it says 7.3. So now I'm going to type in shepherds. But that's not the right font, so I need to change the font. I'm going up to the font pull-down menu. And when it pulls down, you come over to the right and it says only kerned fonts. And that wants to be checked. And that means fonts that look like somebody wrote it and the letters are kind of hooked together. Now I'm going to find the font that she used, which is Lucida, I think it's how it's pronounced, handwriting, but I couldn't remember how it was originally, so I'm going to scroll through until I find it. I couldn't remember the spelling, and I was putting Lucinda, which is wrong. So let's just see. There's a lot of them in there, and these are all kerned fonts, so that the letters look as if they are connected to each other. There is Lucida. There's two or three of them. And I don't see handwriting yet, but let's just keep looking. There it is right there. So that's the font that she used, and that's the same font that I'm going to use because it looks nice. Takes a second, and it'll pop in. There you go. Now I want to make, that's 10 point something there. I want to make it 7.3. So I'm going to go to this sign. And I'm going to move it over where it's going to, no, I'm going to change the width to 7.3. All right. So now we'll bring it down to the slot on the sign. I'm trying to change the color. I can't do it right now. I will in just a second. Let's move this down. Now I want it to be the same color as the rest of the sign. So now I'm going to go click on it again. Now you can see it's highlighted, and I'll put the red so it's the same color as the sign. So there you go. Now it fits in there fine, but it's very kind of small. So what I'm going to do is unlock it and just make it a little longer, wider. Oh, there you go. You can see what I did. I made the letters a little deeper, I guess you'd say. All right, so there you go. So that says, welcome to the Shepherds. Now I'm going to group these together. And now I have one full sign. And we're ready to make it. So I will go up to the top and I will tell it to make it. And it takes just a second for it to come up again on the screen because again, it's a large file. This is like almost 48 inches long. But here it comes. All right, and you can see it says I need 49.75 inches of paper. And you can read it down, you can check it out, check it out, check it out. And look, the Shepherds is down at the bottom now instead of in that little slot. But no problem, you just move it up. It looks pretty good. So now I'm going to write continue. Over to the right. Here we go. And it's going to look for my machine first. And it's just identifying it. There it goes. And now it's going to ask me to tell the machine, tell Design Space what material I'm using. And I picked Smart Vinyl Permanent. And it says I just need to load the tools. The only tool I need is my blade, and then press the button that's flashing. I'll see you over there. Hold on. Okay, here's the board. Whoops, sorry. Kicked you. And this board is 1 by 8 by 4. And wanted a kind of a gray blue. So what I did is I picked out, this is a Sherwin-Williams, and it's called Sitting Pretty. And it doesn't really, I'm not sure how well it really shows up on camera, but it is pretty. And my husband helped me with the painting on this because I'm a terrible painter. And there are 2 coats of the paint and then 2 coats of an acrylic top coat. So now we just need to get the sign ready and get it put onto the board. So I'll take you over and we'll see what happens after we cut it out. Be back in just a second. Alright, my machine is flashing. I'm going to load the vinyl. And it's going to measure and make sure I have enough. It's going all the way down the other end. Now it's coming back. And here we go. Take out the vinyl. Whoops. There's where you need your roller. And I can't really see anything on here, so we'll see it when I pull off the top. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I have trimmed my transfer tape to be the same, pretty much the same as the sign. So I'm just going to take a little of the beginning here. and see if I can get it pretty straight. And then I will go underneath with my hand and just kind of press it down. Trying to keep it straight. And it wants to go crooked. I'm going to pull it this way a little. It is going on a little bit crooked, but it shouldn't be a problem because the letters are not over to the edge. But we're not getting any bubbles, which is the main thing. All right. This is just a piece of tape that was on the outside of the transfer tape holding it together. There we go. And now you can see what the sign is going to look like. Let's see how we did. Well, this does not want to stick to this transfer tape. And that's because it's that heavy stuff. Well, there you go. I'm kind of far away from it because it's the only way I can get it all in at the same time. But it came out really nice. I'm pleased with it. And it was not an easy job. I didn't show you transferring it to the board because it involved a lot of bad words. Oh my word. The problem is I got a different kind of vinyl than I thought I was getting. And it was called oh, I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, it's the heaviest weight you can get. And so when I cut it the first time, I picked permanent vinyl, and the blade wasn't going deep enough to cut it. And it was half cut, half not. So, of course, I lost the first 4 feet of vinyl. So then I did it again, and I found out that that was the vinyl, and I found that vinyl listed, and I scheduled that one to be cut, and it cut it out beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. But now, when I put the transfer tape on, because of this permanent and heavy vinyl, it would not come off of the sheet to the transfer tape. It required heavy grip transfer tape. So as it happens, the box had a piece of heavy grip transfer tape in it. Not enough to cover the whole sign, but enough to do part of it. But the transfer paper would not even release from its backing. Hello, I said. So, consequently, I have put every letter on that board individually. So, I hope they're straight. Now, the shepherd's isn't straight, but the shepherd's isn't supposed to be straight. It's supposed to be a little wonky. So that's okay. But I think it came out perfectly fine with my lining them up one at a time. But it was not done the way it should be. It should be a whole lot easier. And the whole thing stemmed from the fact I had the wrong kind of vinyl. So, when I make my next one, I will make sure I'm getting the right kind of vinyl. In the meantime, I love it, I love it, I love it. And I hope you enjoyed watching me attempt this. And it did come out fine. And this is actually going to be a gift for my son and his wife. So I'm glad that I was able to get it to come out fine. So until then, I'll be back to see you again on Friday. And we will get together and do another craft. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Oh, wait a minute. I said I'd be back to see you Friday. I guess you now know it's Tuesday. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Chelsea's coming in to see what I did. And have a great afternoon. Keep warm, keep cool, whichever you need. Wear your mask if appropriate. Get your vaccination. And everybody, play nice now. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye-bye.